Hello and welcome to a scene for Salem by Night. Today, Mel is off to see his good friend Detective Black at the hospital, and because he mentioned this was where he was going, and Lucy and Fenris are both concerned about Detective Black, they have decided to go with him. And so the three will arrive at the hospital relatively near the start of visiting hours, but not so near that they were queuing up at the door.
Mel will um, lead you. Mel will approach the desk, tell him James Black, and they'll give him directions, and he'll lead you to Black's room. And excuse the barking in the background. We're puppy sitting.
Oh, puppies!
Uh-huh. Well, not really a puppy, just tiny.
Tiny dog.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
Anyway, um, Mel will approach the door to Black's room himself and give it 3 knocks. Pa, pa, pa.
It's open.
Click and open. James, what are you doing? He'll walk in and actually stand at the foot of the bed, grinning at him.
First of all, I'm glad to see that it's you and not one of these damn doctors that come in here aggravating me every freaking 33 hours.
Good to see you're all right. Come on in, guys. He'll look at the door and at the doorway and motion for the others to come in. Brought some other friends.
Lucy and presumably Fenris will make their way into the room.
Yes, Fenris waits for Lucy to go in and then goes in after her. And she'll nod and goes, hello, Officer Black.
I think right now he'd prefer James, right?
It is what it is. To be honest, I'm ready to get back behind the desk with these damn doctors won't let me out of here.
Yeah, I'm sure they just want you to rest, but I'll see if I can't talk to them and show them you're obviously okay.
Well, what is it that they are concerned about?
They think I had a heart attack, but from what I saw the other night, I'm led to believe it was more of a neurological condition.
At this, Mel will actually go over to the door and make sure it's closed. And I'm actually going to throw this up. Hang on. If I can actually make the dice work. You know what? Sake of story, I'm just going to say it works. If everybody's okay with it. Doing a control sound so that nothing in the room goes outside it.
Yeah, should probably be okay. I mean, if it doesn't work immediately, you can kind of try again, right? Or something.
Yeah.
Well, for sake of seeing, we'll just,
Mm-hmm. What
Yeah,
is it
we
that
can
you
just do
saw?
that. Yeah.
Now, before I say this, for 41 years, I've drove all over Chicago. I've drove all over Salem for, about 2 now. but for 40 some years, everything has had a explanation. But I flat out cannot explain what I saw.
There are many things beyond the standard understanding.
Mhm.
I'm sure there are many things that you have seen and known that I have not. And I'm sure there are many things that I hope you will never come to see that I have.
Well, let's face it. I've seen men die. I've seen crime scenes that would make the average man lose his mind. But
Mhm.
I've
We've
never
seen
had,
perps that would make the average person lose his mind.
I have never got in a gunfight with myself before.
Oh.
With yourself or with something that looked like you?
I'm not sure.
Because both of those might be possibilities.
Mhm.
Oh, because as if I'm not confused enough already.
So what is it that you believe you saw?
Initially, I thought it was an out of body experience, and I credit it to the fact that they hit me with what they actually said was a horse tranquilizer, and while I'm awake now is still beyond me. But anyway, and as he's talking, you notice that there actually is a hardbound copy of a demonology index on the table beside of his bed. Something, some kind of spirit. I think that's what that book called him. Something like some kind of spirit just appeared out of nowhere in front of me. Just sat down on my chest. And I mean, the thing just kind of just picked me up out of this body and then walked me all over the freaking hospital.
And you believe it to be a demon?
I don't know that it's not. But the only thing I have to go off of here is I'm not a religious man, never have been, but the only thing I have to go off of here is that priest
He
as
was,
he looks over towards that priest that you know,
Mhm. Oh,
the one we hired
Dom.
on this past Monday.
Dom.
oh,
Yeah.
no, he's not a demon.
No, not
No, no,
by
no, no,
any
no, no.
stretch. No. But
The only thing we have to go off of is what he said.
mm,
What did Father Dom say?
He, as Black points back over towards the demonology book,
mm,
he said it was possible.
It is.
yes.
Father Dante was a demon.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of
Till
which,
he teleported away.
speaking of Father Dante, this thing showed me something. Something in the morgue. I don't know if it was this morgue. I don't know if it was a morgue somewhere else or what. But this thing showed me this mass of, I don't want to call it energy, but
Negativity.
something. Yeah, I guess that's a good word for it. That and it claimed that that's what was in Dante.
That makes a certain amount of sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm glad it makes sense to you.
As I said, I have seen many things that I hope you never have to.
Yes. And yet, he probably will.
No, you will probably see entirely different things.
And the other thing,
Fenris will look down at will say things you see in fairy you don't see here. Never.
see, the one thing that still confuses me, like I said, I got in a firefight with this thing, and every time every time that I fired and managed to connect, it was like a beam of light or something emerged from it. It was this black mass thing, and every time one of my rounds would hit it, it was like a beam of light would explode out of the darkness.
What were you thinking
And
when you fired?
I'm gonna be flat out, it pissed me off. And to make matters worse, everywhere that I shot that thing, I'm feeling.
Fighting with himself. He was fighting with himself.
And
According angry.
according to the father, everything that this mass avatar thing, whatever it was telling me. Your father says that it was coming out of my mouth.
Well, I don't really understand how every kind approaches its beginning. But if, as you say, you were fighting yourself and you were shooting at the darkness and it was releasing the light, what do you feel? What what made you angry about that darkness?
For one, it wouldn't tell me what the hell it was.
The unknown? The willful refusal of truthfulness?
I guess you could call it that.
And the light. What did you think and feel of the light?
And not much, to be honest. But, I kind of every time that it hit that light, it seemed like it was making it go away. So it just, I put two and two together. Till I finally just put one through. I put one between his eyes, and it finally left me the hell alone. Speaking of which, as you see, his hand comes up to the bridge of his nose as he massages it.
Have you thought that if the darkness was the ignorance, the almost willful refusal to see the intricacies of the world beyond what most people can see, and the light is the vision, that the pain is reminding you that this happened so that you cannot sink into forgetfulness.
But here's my thing. Like I said, I've been reading that book since this whole thing happened. And I'm not gonna say that it makes any sense. It's enlightening, but I'm not gonna say it makes any sense. Why did all this shit happen to just me? There's 10,000 other people in Salem. Hell, there's 10 trillion other people in the world. Why did it happen? Why me?
Why do you think it is just you?
Who says it's just you?
As I said, I don't know the differences between how various people reach the point at which they realize there is more to the world. But you are not alone.
My eyes were open when we faced that boy. Remember? Of course you remember. Even though you try to block it out. Or at least you did try to block it out.
Speaking of which, remember that video game a few months ago, that the way thing?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it happened to me too.
Mel just looks between Finn and Lucy and just nods. Okay. What's your character name?
The only thing I could think of was the Latin word for justice. We're cops. It comes to the territory.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Good to know. Tell me something. And he,
Hold on. Speaking of which, Firewolf,
uh, it reminded you of. Okay. All right. It told you. Okay.
you
What
want
about
to
it?
spill? Because you know more than you're telling here.
I think
Your
that
eyes have been open to the lie,
I think
friend.
that we all know a lot more than we have told you so far, Equitas.
Well, I'm going to need a crash course in all of this shit.
Tell you what. There's a place that
How do you,
you.
okay, can one of you guys explain to me how I managed to turn in my firearm, turn in my weapon, and it somehow went into this dream sequence thing with me, and then when I finally pulled it and started firing, it started firing this green blue crap behind the round.
Supernal fire.
Okay, so
You
whatever that
brought.
means. Um, how the hell did I pull that one off?
Patrick?
hmm The stories of Merlin and of others that we thought were legends might not be entirely legends.
Mm-hmm.
You're drawing on that same legacy, shall we say. Fighting yourself, that's more mind. Um, I'm not sure if you have that capability or if the oracles, and that's um, who spoke to you. Did you see the towers?
Yeah.
Which tower did you walk into?
Apparently the same one you did.
The stone one with the keys everywhere?
Yeah, the one that kind of looked like a barracks.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Obramos. Path of the Mighty. Which makes sense for you. You've always been strong, shall we say.
Would you mind telling that to Doctor knows for fuck all out there, so I can get out of this bed?
You will need
You,
contemplation and rest. If, as you say,
but not
Dick.
necessarily here.
no,
Not had a heart attack. I've been telling these people this for 2 days.
They don't They tell themselves you had a heart attack so that they don't have to try to comprehend what actually happened.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, Mel. I can barely comprehend what happened.
I know. I couldn't grasp it myself for the longest time. It's finally clicking.
People are
We
afraid of
have a safe place.
oh,
We
Fenris
Sorry, go
goes
ahead.
Fenris goes, people are afraid of what they cannot understand. So they
Mhm.
try to cover it up.
Wait, so you're gonna so you're gonna pull an Illuminati stone over here? Is that where this is going?
Fenris just shrugs and goes, the people that fill out your papers, they don't. And he'll scratch his head because they're not special like you and he'll point to Mel or even like us and he'll point to Lucy and himself and go, they're just normal humans. They do not know what is out there. So
they do not want to know.
they try to explain with the matters they can understand.
They do not want to know, and they do not want to see, and so they cannot. Although, it is also quite possible that they do know, and they choose to help with the deception. I
Why
have
is
met
why is there even a deception? You do realize the more people that experience this, the more easier it'll be to figure out, right?
Here we go with the conspiracy. They don't want the ordinary person to know.
Who is they?
The exarchs. The ones
Okay,
that try to control this world.
the courts also discourage telling too much to too many people because it makes them too linked with fairy. It makes them too vulnerable.
Did you say fairy?
Yourself and Mel, you are one kind of being. Myself and Fenris, we are another. I myself have met 2 demons, several dozen vampires, many changelings, and of course mages like yourselves. Which reminds me, I wanted you to look at something.
Oh.
And
Mel will wheel around and look eagerly at her, like with that look.
actually, there are 2 items that I would like you to look at, but one is more closely linked with the church. There was a chalice that was returned to us that has some form of magic on it that I would like you to take a look at when you're able to. And this.
I can take it back and get Dawn to help me also. By the way, Dawn's
Speaking of
also
which,
one
what
of
did
us.
you say into all of this?
Same tower.
Yeah, Lucy
Okay,
has just
but
pulled out
all
an apple, by
conditions.
the way.
She'll also which is him.
Sorry, I said
And
Lucy has just pulled out an apple, by the way, when she said "and this." But yeah, you carry on with your actually what you're saying.
okay, so explain this one. Dawn is some kind of role reversal over me, us, what?
She's progressed a little, actually much farther than either of us. So in that aspect, she's a little higher ranking. It's odd, but that's how it is. There are things she could do that blow my mind. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it, but we'll get there. Speaking
So
of, we've got a place that we can study.
where do we go from here, Mel? Like I said, they're not going to let me out of this bed for days, I'm sure. So where do we go from here?
Well, I bring in what I can. I bring in my laptop, which has the game on it. Let me see what we can do. I'll see if I can get Dawn to come in here with me, or if she'll come in and see you on her own.
Yeah, because she came down and
And
told
we'll
them.
work on this. And he taps his head whenever he says it.
Yeah, Dawn came by here a couple, literally hours after it happened. I swear it's like she knew it happened.
That is possible.
Who knows? She might have been waiting for it to happen. There's no telling with her.
But you said
Yeah,
something. You said something a minute ago about needing the rest, but not here. What did you mean by that?
not necessarily in this bed. Sure, your body might need a little bit of a rest, but
Exactly. Let me come
We've
home. Let me just go back to the house or something.
uh-huh. Yeah. For you. Something happens to you, I get in trouble.
If we do what we can to get you out of here so that you can be somewhere that you're more comfortable, will you assure us that you will still take the time in contemplation and in rest to adjust to the change in your being?
I'll do what I can. Speaking of which, how was what's her name? Richards. Is she keeping the station from falling apart? Richards, Rios, Simone. I'm having a moment.
Honestly, I don't know who he's talking about.
She was the NPC.
His second in command that's taken over.
Yeah, and Black doesn't really care for
Oh. I try to stay out of the office as much as possible.
her. Clearly,
um. hmm. Tell you what. When we leave here, I'm coming back for you in just a little bit. All right? I'm gonna get you signed out by me, and we're to go. First, I'm gonna take you by Dawn's place. Then another special place. Oh, and either of you, I'll make sure you get put on the list so you can visit uh, the other area anytime you need to. But yeah, we've got a place out back of the church that is very safe.
you sure about that, Mel? I mean, crying out loud, this is the same place Dante was.
Oh, not there. He doesn't know our least place.
If
Pretty sure. Walked in and it was clean.
that is not acceptable or safe enough for you, there is a place that I am quite certain he has never been.
A hollow?
At this point, I mean, at this point, I'd be happy to sleep on a damn park bench. I got to get out of this damn hospital. The food is shit. They won't keep the heat on.
Uh, yeah. Alright. Can you get up and walk?
Look, I've been trying to tell you. I've been telling them this for 2 days. As you see, Black throws back the covers and literally gets up to his feet and nearly turns
Alright.
damn near does the Macarena. I've been telling him for 2 days I'm fine.
Alright.
I am not sure how much convincing these doctors will take, which is why I think we should probably make our roles at the end of the scene for trying to convince the doctors, and then get in touch with Jess to see whether they worked. But I will say this: Lucy does have a fairly good Fairly good persuasion dice pool.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Like I said, we'll finish the
I'll
scene on
sign, and
when
maybe you can convince him to give us the paperwork. He points at Lucy
I will ask.
because he knows.
I will ask. It is.
Hmm.
It is always good when you realize just how much people will do if you ask.
Mm-hmm.
We should all help one another.
Absolutely.
speaking of paperwork, I haven't even seen my damn chart. They won't show it to me. They won't let me see it.
Lucy is still
Because there's
holding the
probably
apple, by the way.
BS all over it. Mm-hmm. All right. He'll reach for the apple.
She'll let him take it.
Mm.
Yeah, feel free to make whatever rolls and things you want to look at it. Apparently it is a perfectly ordinary apple except for where she got it from. She has a very good reason for being suspicious of this apple.
Oh. Let me see. So, out of game everything about it except for who gave it to her.
Should
Is
register as normal. I don't know. Do you
mhm.
have something that tells you how long it's been existing? That might be a bit odd in that it's only been existing since yesterday, maybe the day before, when the scene was. He created it out of nothingness.
Mhm, mhm. All right, let's see. Time effect, which I don't have. Could do could do aura over it. See if there's a lingering uh, aura. Hmm.
So like I said, it should come out as perfectly ordinary, which
Should.
might make you wonder why she wants you to look at an apple.
All right, I don't know if it's showing up, but I'm showing 2 successes on Prime site. So just normal apple, like
Yep.
not even a trace of the person who held it.
As far as I know, it is not
Um,
currently magical.
okay, set it. Normal apple. Hmm. Why is it special?
It was
He's actually looking at.
it was given to me by a demon.
Demon apples.
Which
Why?
was he visited the church.
Illustrations
He
didn't work.
he visited the church, but he did not seem similar to Father Dante. He mended
And this, the face, the face you see on me, it's real. It's just like
he mended a
didn't
crack in
seem
the
like.
stained glass window. He discussed
Mhm.
the concepts of reason and duty. There was a rather long conversation, and then Then he attempted to tempt me with a chocolate torta. And
Lent.
when I refused, he gifted me with the apple.
Hmm. Mind if I hold
There
on to it?
was
Whole time Black just shakes his head.
one other thing.
Mm-hmm. The cup.
Well, yes, I would like you to look at that. I meant about the visitors to the church.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
When I stood to leave the sanctuary to go and speak with Tala, who is now Fiona, but she had not
Right.
discovered her name then. Um, he grabbed me by the waist and he pressed his lips to mine in the heartbeat it took him to disappear.
Vanished. Okay.
Wait, you mean this thing just literally disappeared?
Yes.
Wait, what am I talking about? What am I saying? Shit, at this point I can believe anything. I just got in a gunfight with myself.
Okay. So we need to on the church. Good to know. You see wheels turning in his head. All right. Anyway, um, the other place I mentioned is safe. Maybe we should. Yeah, we definitely should talk more there. More, at least about these kinds of things. Okay. All right. Oh yeah. Once we get somebody who's pretty good at drawing, I'm gonna want you to draw what this new guy looked like. I vaguely remember seeing him. If it's the one I'm thinking.
Lucian. Lucian Apollinaire.
Okay.
Paula. At this, you see Black reaches over and grabs that book, and he flips to the back. Apollina.
Huh.
Apollon. Biblical reference to apocalypse.
Huh?
Right there. Look, right there.
Wow. And Lucian is typical. Okay. Alright. Yep. And Dante Virgil. Inferno, you sly rascal. Anyway. Okay. I might have to bring in the big guns, get Dawn to help me with the church. Protect it from things like him. You could help too. He points almost accusingly, but he just like he points at Black when he says it. You can help too. Just need to give you a crash course.
I think we can all help in some ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at this point, I think I need a college exam.
What is it you would like
Alright,
to know?
we'll get you the best professor we know.
Everything.
For the moment, choose
Okay.
one question. What is it that you would like to know the most?
There's too much to try to comprehend at once. So,
So focus on the smaller things.
what? You said there's more. Okay, so if we're all these, special things, where does this whole thing fit? How does this work?
Well, it is different for each of us. It is different both for the different kinds that exist in this world, but even within those kinds, everyone's experience is individual. I don't know a great deal about the vampires. I spent one evening among them and emerged unscathed, and I count myself lucky for that. But
About having to die, I think.
I think that there is a way that they can alter others into their own kind.
So now you're telling me you're telling me Dracula is running around Salem.
No, you would have much more to concern yourself with a small girl.
Yes. The church graveyard, that mausoleum out back, stay away from now.
But she has a child that appeared far older than she was. So I must guess that they are not the age that they appear to be. And there was a discussion of one of them having broken their laws to make his niece into his child. So presumably there must be some method that they use to create their own. And laws enforced to prevent it from being overused.
Okay. You say so.
The mages, well, you have experienced that for yourself, and I have not asked Mal of his experience, so I can only assume that you know more on that than I do.
I didn't fight myself, but mine was somewhat similar. Um, when we faced the demon, my words did something, and I saw him as he was. When you've learned how to see people as they are, or at least you might pick up on mental states, anger, calm, fear. Anyway,
Speaking now
um,
that you've mentioned that there's something around, like some kind of light or something other coming off of all three of you.
As I said, Fenris and myself
at
are,
this, Mel smiles.
as I said, Fenris and myself are changelings. We have spent a deal of time beyond the thorns and have returned.
Okay.
Right, since Mel knows a bit about this, I'm gonna look this up so I can get the right thing here and to ask and get his response to it. Uh, where is it? He'll look it up. Main book, uh, 206. Mel lean in and say, "What do you see around me?"
Black describes exactly what it is. I say because I'm not able to get to the book right now. So, but Black
Oh,
describes exactly what you would expect it to be describing.
okay, all right. Uh, for those wondering, myriad sparkles in aura. Um, light blue aura. Let's see what else. With a bit of yellow and white in there also. Huh. Yep, he has the sight. Okay, all right. And them and changeling. I'm not sure what they would come up as, but
Um,
we could assume that he describes, and yes, their aura. And yes,
I
that's what
know
it
they're
should
not
come
in
out
the
as.
book, but I know they're not in the book because Changeling hadn't been brought out when Mage was brought out, and they weren't entirely sure if they were going to do it or not.
Mhm.
Um, but I think a lot of the theories go along the lines of there being rainbows in the aura, small kind of shimmery rainbows in the
Mhm.
aura.
Which would harken back to old world. Yeah. Okay. And Mel looks them over and nods, seeing the same thing. That seals it. Um, did Dawn give you a rank?
Yeah. If she did, I didn't pay it any mind.
Okay. Probably private. Anyway,
Actually, I think she kicked one of those
yeah,
doctors
let's.
in the groin or something, because I heard her in some kind of argument out there, and I heard someone double over, and she came in the door.
Okay. Probably weren't gonna let a young girl in to see you, and probably forced her way in. I wouldn't put it past her. Anyway,
Me.
anything else?
Well, like you said, I got a lot of reading to do, don't I?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Have you considered
Of course,
any of
so
the
do
things?
I. We'll go over it.
Have you considered any of the things that might not have made sense or that you may not have believed in the past that you would like to know more about?
Well, to be honest, I kind of need to. I think I need to figure out what I'm supposed to be first.
We can do that. All right. Well, shall we get you out of here?
Yeah, I can
All
only
right.
take. Look, I can only take so many hours of soap operas on television before I kill someone.
And of course, they never give you the remote.
You know,
Well,
whatever the hell that thing is. As you see, he taps on the side of the bed there where the built-in remote is at. Oh, and
oh,
watch this. Watch this. See this?
like,
See this? As you see, he's hitting the volume button. See, it doesn't get any louder. Does not get any louder.
mm-hmm. Yeah, they
Oh,
never
and
work right.
even better. It's the volume down button. Doesn't get any quieter either. So I'm stuck here listening to this Victor Newman cat, and it just he won't get any louder. He won't go any quieter until there's a commercial, and then I'm getting. Yeah, I need to get out of this hospital bed.
All right. Mel just reaches up and pops the power button on the TV. Yeah, let's get you out. All right. Um, it would look weird if you went with us, so we'll be back.
Oh, sure.
All right. Shall we, guys?
Let's go.
I'll try it. And then we can just end it there unless the person wants in. Oh, okay.
It's for the world.
Okay.
Okay, good. Like I said, for the record, assuming this Johnny isn't referring to this role, these roles will be for Jess to review, and in the process of getting Black
What's the
up out of this.
NPC? Will us?
Yeah. If this NPC is critical to this scene, go for it.
He's not critical to the scene. Just
Okay.
is he
Cool.
relevant? What? Never mind. Okay.
See what happens.
So it depends on you guys if you want to keep going. That's fine, or I can start up another scene and do that. But either way, it's up to you.
Yeah,
I didn't know
actually,
it was
let's just get
walking so light.
another thing going because I don't really see a
So-
reason why I don't think he would come to the hospital. It doesn't quite really. It seems a little contrived. That's all I'm saying.
It's fine.
Manip persuasion, I guess, right?
It would probably depend on how you do it, but it's kind of down to Jess, who is not here.
Well, make
Um,
multiple rolls. Make
Okay.
multiple rolls. It probably would be manipulation.
Just to try to convince him.
Yeah, make rolls of multiple multiple pool rolls, and then we'll just let her whichever one applies.
Okay. So if it's manip persuasion.
Like I said, and hold on your screen for a couple of moments after the roll is made, so we make sure that it's visible.
Or it might be even presence persuasion for you.
Yeah, that's what I was planning to use, but this is the manip persuasion roll, which came up with 4 ones. What the? Yeah.
And got the ones that don't do botch, you see.
Yeah.
Ugh.
She's more likely to go down the presence route, but I wanted to do the manip one first because that was the one we were going with first.
Mhm.
That was what we success on that one.
Right.
But yeah, she generally, rather than trying to persuade them to do things, she generally just asks them very nicely, and people tend to do things.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
because
So go ahead and do your presence.
this is her presence.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I'm anticipating that the presence roll came first. Just walked up, and they went.
Sure, anything you want, lady. Anything you want.
Sure, anything. You need a blanket and prescription while you're at it?
Oh, oh. Okay. You couldn't talk a good game. I don't know if it's showing up, but 3 9s.
Nice.
hmm So Mel talked a little bit better game. You were the distraction, and he got the clipboard.
Quite possibly.
If
There's,
it works, you
4
were the
successes
distraction,
on
and
the
he got the clipboard.
4 successes on the presence thing. I think she can keep the doctors talking and in a good mood.
hmm
If
And
it
then he
doesn't
talked
work,
to one of
Fenris
the
can look
nurses, be like,
mean.
"Yeah, let me see her."
Yeah. So
And the sign-out paperwork.
I think between them we will probably be taking Detective Black home, but we will leave that to Jess.
Home.
All right. And with that still up in the air, I think we can close it. I think we can end the scene.